back to the Out of the Ice podcast.
Hey everyone, it's Kat here.
And Scott. And we are back with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
We went away from it for a little bit because we were waiting for a special guest. And that special guest is someone you don't know yet, but you will know soon. It is our good friend, Popcorn.
My name's not Popcorn, asshole. My name's Tristan. We've been friends for years.
It'll always be Popcorn to me.
So what am I, just the buttery boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Everyone in the comments refer to him only as Popcorn and or the buttery boy.
It is his true name after all.
Yeah.
I mean...
B-O-I, of course.
Yeah.
You're both dead to me.
So, Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I've been a fan for years. Kat is only on Arc 2 after all this time of being a godless heathen who doesn't know the good word of Kakarot.
Yeah.
The good word of Dende.
And I'm an old veteran, but it's been about 10 to 12 years since I've seen any of these. So my memory's a bit hazy.
So I think we're running the gamut here. Me and Kat watched Arc 2, which involves Roshi's first training.
We get introduced to Krillin.
And the first tournament, or Budokai.
Budokai.
Yeah. Budokai Tenshin. Budokai Ultimate Tenshin 3 Extreme Xenoverse.
Are you just thinking of these things at the top of your head as they just come?
That's kind of how we roll here.
Yeah.
Alright then.
So, Kat.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts going into Arc 2? Like, what did you think it was going to be about?
So, since we already dealt with our Team Rocket trio at the end of the last arc, I figured since Goku was heading off alone, I figured, we were going to get some more Roshi, we were going to get some more Goku, but for some reason I had it in me that Bulma and the gang would have more of a side B plot, which there barely was any of that. So, but it was a nice change of pace from what I thought it was going to be, because having the focus be more on Goku, because he definitely needs the most character development out of all of them. At least what I think. It was nice to have a focus on Goku and Roshi and the gang trying to get better.
And so we start off, and Goku is on the Nimbus, just flying around. He goes back to Grandpa's house, put some supplies on Nimbus, which I guess means those supplies were pure of heart.
They didn't. I guess they didn't explain that.
Well, if you think about it, is it because people are impure that they're allowed to... can the Nimbus actually touch solid things, just once somebody's impure, they are no longer allowed on a Nimbus?
Yeah, I don't know. The thing I've always wanted the series to answer is, can Krillin, by the Namek saga, could he ride the Nimbus?
And I had that question in my notes too. I was really hoping at some point during this series, because Krillin is a little shit to start out with, but I feel like it'd be a nice little touch if he was able to ride the Nimbus by the end of all this.
But at the same time, the Nimbus is kind of its own thing. It has its own rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the rules seem to be pure of heart. It just decided Chi-Chi was pure of heart, which I don't understand that ruling.
Various reasons.
And honestly, I wonder if adult Chi-Chi can still ride the Nimbus.
What determines pure of heart?
Yeah. Apparently Vegeta's heart is pure unadulterated badass, so could he ride the Nimbus? Apparently Gohan can still ride the Nimbus even after having sex, so it doesn't mean virgin.
And if you're thinking about that, with Vegeta being just pure badass, Roshi's pure pervert, but he can't ride the Nimbus anymore. Where does this begin? And what are the rules?
What if you're reformed? What if you're a hardcore killer? You've murdered multiple people, but all of a sudden you see the error of your ways.
You get reborn into the light of God. The light of Kami.
But like just deciding in that moment that, or like at
Hello.
that point in your life, because we know at one point Roshi was able to ride the Nimbus, but now he can't.
Which is weird to me because of things that'll happen in the future. We will see that Roshi has kind of always been a freaking pervert. So I'm like, when could he ride the Nimbus? Was it even further back? Like, was it when he was a tiny child?
When he first discovered his first porn mag.
Yeah.
Oh.
When he first discovered his first porn mag, the Nimbus was just like, nah, bro. That's objectification of women. Maybe that's what it is.
Huh.
If you objectify women, no Nimbus for you. Maybe the Nimbus is a female. That's why.
Oh.
It's an agent of feminism.
No. Oh my god.
Where's his genitals?
In the tail. Hidden in the tail of the cloud.
So, by proxy, since it is a female, can it reproduce?
Yes, but only by budding.
I think we're getting off tangents.
Oh, absolutely.
We do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally most of the Aristocats podcast that we did last time was just me going off on tangents about the art of animation.
Or better Disney movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the Aristocats is not a bad movie, but it's a very forgettable one.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Exactly.
And this is why we wanted to bring Tristan into the mix at some point too. So I don't have a lot of exposure to things. I don't, as far as movies and stuff go. Tristan's team feels like the same way in stuff that is in anime.
He's seen more than Kat, but not as much as me.
Yeah, Scott's here is more of the movie boy and anime. Kat here is more of
And Western animation.
something, and I'm more video games.
Yeah.
So we all have our own territory.
Essentially, if in the Let's Plays, which we do have Let's Plays on our YouTube channel, which we will give you the name of that at the end. Right now we're going through the King's Quest series, which eventually I want Tristan to join us on part 3 of that, of King's Quest 3.
And I would be happy to join you.
Yay!
Yeah! Because we had Kat play the first one, I played the second one, so I feel like,
It only makes sense for someone else to do the third.
Yeah.
Now I need to play the first two.
Or just watch our Let's Plays.
Yeah.
And then
But
it'll
then
be,
how
and then
would I
it'll
have-
be then it'll be like you're experiencing it with us.
And you'll be in on all the inside jokes.
Yeah, like Beanstalk.
Fast though.
And Baby Pumpkin.
Mama?
I haven't even watched those,
Sorry.
and I keep laughing.
Yep. And Batman. So anyway, yeah, off of the tangents of promoting our own other stuff,
Showing.
and Nimbus genitals, cumuli Nimbus genitalia, which is just a funny phrase. Say it to your friends.
Or don't.
Ooh, we should make a shirt of that.
Nimbus genitals?
No, cumuli Nimbus genitalia, and have it spaced out like it's a phonetic spelling. It's just black on white, like white text on black.
I mean, yeah, but most people aren't gonna get it.
Yeah. Do you think most people get when they have a shirt that just says muffin button?
Yes.
I mean, what's the difference? I mean, there are people that wear Nirvana shirts without listening to Nirvana.
It's true.
Yeah.
Those people are called posers.
Yeah.
Heresy.
Yep.
So what's the difference between wearing that and wearing a shirt with genitalia?
I mean, there are people who wear hoodies that are just collages of Hagosh faces.
I should not admit to anything.
Well, there you go.
Tristan.
Shut up.
So he goes back to his grandpa's house, so we mentioned this last time. So when Goku, right before he becomes the first great ape, he says that a monster great ape killed his grandpa and destroyed their house. But we see Grandpa Gohan's house where Goku was living, and it's just like a tiny little shack. So what we thought was like, okay, so is that not Grandpa Gohan's original house, and that's just the only part that survived?
I mean, if you think about it, it could, but at the same time, Goku could have just built it back to something of his own needs.
Yeah, that's also possible.
I mean, have you seen the kid?
Yes.
OP, please nerf.
Yeah. That is like half of your notes for Arc 1.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid's badass. He eats centipedes.
He does. And wolves.
And wolves.
And tries to eat a metal bird, which turned out to just be a plane.
And he wanted to eat one of his friends, Oolong.
Yep. He wanted to eat Oolong.
The turtle.
He did consider eating the turtle, but then the turtle said that turtle meat is bad. He's like, oh, all right.
He is hungry.
Yeah. And as a punishment, he forced a rabbit man to make mochi on the moon. Which is a surprisingly deep-cut literary reference for a boy from the woods. So he goes to Grandpa Gohan's house. We're still on this part. And he grabs his stuff, goes to Master Roshi. And Master Roshi is like, oh, yes, you're back. Is Boneman with you? I want to see some vagina.
Basically, yeah.
And so he's like, no. Went back to this thing called a city. I don't know what that is, though. And it's like, oh, well, that's a shame. I guess I could train you, but you gotta find me some poontang.
Which is the only thing that Orochi ever cares about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's weird, just because in that way it's like he's just so over the top in that way, but when he needs to be a badass, he could be a total badass.
Yeah.
It's just like 0 or 100 with him.
Mm-hmm. He has his likes. He has his hobbies.
Yeah, his hobbies include horning in on young women.
Mm-hmm. I didn't say they were good hobbies. I just said they were hobbies.
Fair enough.
And so, like, it's just like, oh, find me a woman. And so Goku goes off, comes back.
With, like, a mermaid?
No, that's the second one. The first one, it's like this big lady in all senses of the word, like giant, round, has a voice like this, I believe. And it's like, oh God, no, take her back. Look, give me a woman like this, and shows him like a headshot. Mm-hmm. And so he finds one that looks almost exactly like it, and almost exactly like Marin from the future. Not Krillin's daughter, but...
I was about to be very, very, very concerned because I don't remember this part.
Well, doesn't it, like, isn't it weird that Krillin dated a girl... It's filler anyway, so it's not canon, so it doesn't matter to spoil it.
Listeners, I have to let you know, when he started, he's like... Scott realized that they're about to get in the spoiler territory.
I covered her eyes.
I'm like, what?
And I think that's what my hand did, because one of my hands is holding a mug, so I couldn't cover her ears, so my body just went like, next best thing, cover eyes. But anyway, it's filler. We'll probably watch it, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So he dates a girl named Marin, who then leaves him, and then later on in canon content, he has a daughter named Marin.
Yeep.
Named after my first love, whom I miss every day.
And freaking Lapis is just like, the fuck is that about? Wait, is she Lapis or is she Lazuli?
I don't remember.
It always seems weird to me that after the Cell game stuff, they just keep calling her 18.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that weird? Like, their whole thing was like, we don't want to be androids anymore. Like, our freedom of choice was taken away.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to be this. So once they're finally free of that, they don't go back to using their names?
Maybe it's all like after a while, like someone gives you a nickname, you just respond to that nickname. You don't really think of it, or you don't really think of everyone else knowing you as your own name. Like,
but there's a difference between
there's a difference
18,
there's a difference between a nickname and a code name given to you by your kidnapper.
Because I mean, like, okay, like my name, Kathleen, but you guys call me Kat.
Or
like,
Kathy. Ow! Why did you hit me in the dick?
I did not hit you in the dick.
Ah!
Tristan, back me up here.
Well, those are the bluest balls I've ever seen.
Jesus! Any hoozles. But, like...
And you did it while I had no pants on.
Oh,
I was defenseless.
You have no pants? Why the fuck are you pantsless?
Okay, that bit is done.
Thank you. Thank God.
I'm an enabler.
No, you're a good improv partner. Yes, and look at this no butt over here.
But...
So yeah, all that's weird. Back on track. Find somebody who's very much like the headshot, but is a mermaid. And Roshi again is like, no, not that. And I'm just like, wait, what's the problem here? Have you not seen The Little Mermaid? Like, Ariel was like so many people's crush back in the day. Mermaids have always been a thing that like sailors and island dwellers are like, I'd like to get a piece of that. And yet Roshi apparently is a picky son of a bitch.
Maybe he just knows the fact that fish lay eggs. They don't actually have sex.
Oh, that doesn't mean mermaids are the same. I mean, they're half mammalian. They're half humanoid.
Do you think... Alright, I want you to look at a fish next time and think, I want to milk that.
Well, you
fish titties don't actually exist.
No, they don't, but mermaid titties in the canon where mermaids exist do.
So...
The mermaid in the show had boobs.
Yes, but they could... That's... I can't fight logic.
Welcome to my life.
I'm just saying, he could have at least gotten a mermaid blowjob.
But
I mean,
Roshi,
yes, granted, he could have.
It's not like he had a bunch of options here.
But also remember, everybody has a type.
His type is female.
I mean, Roshi's just being literally just the textbook definition of a baggy chooser at this point.
You mean a choosy beggar?
Fuck!
So, finally, Krillin shows up.
Yeah.
And is like, oh, I bought a bribe so that you'll train me. A bunch of porn max. Here's a ton of them. And, like, he just, like, keeps reading them and is like, there's one that's, like, a gay porn mag, and he goes, my eyes! Ooh, another one!
I like that Krillin brought that as backup, just in case.
Yeah. Just in case. He's like, I didn't know your orientation. I just know you're a perv.
He's a child. He thinks all porn is acceptable.
Yeah.
He's open-minded.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good for him. Progressive. What a progressive noseless boy. So finally, it's like, all right, I'll train you, but you have to help Goku get me a lady. And
Krillin's like, all right, I'll do that. Looks like Goku. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Krillin and Goku were not good.
And so eventually they find Launch, and they bring her back, and it's like, oh man, I did need somewhere to lay low for a while. Lay low? What do you mean? Well, I am on the run from the cops. What? I stole a lot from banks and stuff.
Didn't they think like she was just kind of exaggerating at first?
Yeah, and then she sneezed and shot them a lot.
Oh my god.
And of course there's the thing of like, the Turtle Hermit school uniform, and it's just like lingerie. But to try to keep it, like, make it seem like it's on the level, he and Goku and Krillin were also wearing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also one thing where, like, so for some reason, sometimes when Launch transformed, she would, like, attack people when there was no reason to. Like, she would sneeze at the table, and, like, everybody was just eating. And she just, like, I'll kill you all, you dirty pervs. It's like, they hadn't done anything. Or, like, you know, Launch, like, is like, oh, Goku fell asleep in my bed while I was doing something else. I don't want to wake him up. I'll just sleep here too. She sneezes, wakes up as other Launch, and just sees Goku, a child, peacefully sleeping next to her and goes, "Ah, how dare you!" and starts shooting him. It's like...
Here's the thing. The two sides of Launch is the very definition of bipolar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, except for the hair changing.
Oh, yeah.
That's what would eventually become Super Saiyajin.
And they just... It feel like you said, didn't you say like they basically retcon Launch?
They essentially forgot about Launch, which came in handy because then the thing of it's like, oh yeah, somebody changing color to blonde and getting way more aggressive just is what a Super Saiyan is. So Toriyama forgot about Launch and then brought that whole joke back as a serious story point. And then invented Super Saiyan 2, forgot that existed, and invented Super Saiyan 3.
What was it, like Super Saiyan Rose or something like that?
Super Saiyan Rose, that's way later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then GX, which never actually happened.
You mean GT?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is GX.
I'm getting letters and numbers all mixed up.
Yeah, yo. So they find Launch. All the shenanigans happen with that.
Neat.
Roshi reveals that he can just pack up all of Kame House
That I was so
and put it in a capsule,
but
which I'd forgotten that he could technically do that.
that's honest. You know, and because we've seen the capsules before, it kind of makes sense that he could do that. And you know what? Roshi picked, just chilling out on a nice little tropical island. I mean, wouldn't we all?
Of course, like, as soon as you start thinking of how do dino caps work, they make no goddamn sense.
Yeah, it would make sense if you think about that each capsule has a pre-designed thing that it can molecularly turn into.
Well, no,
but what about all the belongings in it? That doesn't make sense.
Well, what also doesn't make sense is when you're packing up something like a house and stuff, there would be, like, pipes left over that are running, electric wires that are now live and, like, ripped off. The foundation would, like, be all screwed up.
Yeah, you would think about the foundation, but maybe there could be, like, I don't know, an internal generator.
I suppose.
Yeah,
but the water would be something interesting.
Yeah, like, do you have to, like, fill up the water to, like, because Bulma puts a house in a cap and then reveals that in first arc, and then, like, it has working electricity, TV, internet, probably water enough to, like, create, like, multiple baths and still drink out of and use for brushing your teeth, food in it. Like, the fridge was apparently working that whole time it was in the dino cap.
Could you theoretically have people still in it?
Yes.
So
that's horrifying.
But it's like a bag of holding. I don't think there's any air in there, so you would technically kill them.
But wasn't there a dino kappa that had like live fish?
I don't think it had live fish.
No.
I think it had fish, but I don't think it had live fish.
But any hoozles, they pack up house and go train.
Yeah, they go train, and they train by plowing fields with their bare hands.
And delivering milk.
Yep. And poor Krillin, it literally shows that his, like, fingernails fall off.
Oh, that's... I cringe. I cringe.
Yeah, and there's the whole thing where they have to find a rock with Roshi's writing on it. Mm-hmm. And Krillin is just like, I forged it, and they'll never know. And, like, Roshi's just like, douche! Throws it at his head. That's not my handwriting, you little bitch! Oh. And then Goku finds it. Krillin tricks him, and Goku has to go hungry.
Oh, but I mean, it worked out in the end because didn't
they all got food poisoning?
Yep. Karma.
Yeah, they all got food poisoning because Launch cooked puffer fish without knowing about how to prepare it.
Oof.
Well, one's a ditz and the other's a psychopath.
She's not necessarily a ditz. She's just very innocent. Like, she seems to know that what Roshi's all about, but she just doesn't care. She's just like, fuck it. I can hide here.
Yeah, she sees the character flaws, but she's still able to maybe somehow see the good in Roshi and just move on from that.
Yeah, I've always just assumed that Launch knew more than she let on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then she got forgotten about until Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Well, a lot of characters got forgotten.
Yeah.
I would say some, but that's later down the line. We have a certain someone with innocent little ears here.
But yeah, so they start training. We get a couple of flashes to Yamcha training. And the first one, he's in town and is like, this isn't good enough. And then the second one, he's in the wilds.
Yep.
He's become a wild boy. Wild man. Fighting dinos. And he's like, it's time for me to come back to civilization. And like, Bulma almost gets hit by a car. Yamcha saves her, and she doesn't even recognize him at first because he has a beard. And like, I forgot about that. I'm like, wait, Yamcha can grow a beard? Fuck. I forgot that's a possible thing.
Well, he's a human. Most people can grow a beard. Well, I take that back.
Stop mocking me.
I mean, he was prefer, yeah.
Stop fucking mocking me, goddammit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you can't grow something as luxurious as mine.
Two of the three here can't grow a beard. Stop rubbing it in.
My face is so cold. My face is so cold and not scratchy.
I can live without the scratchiness.
Yeah, honestly, I can't grow a beard, but I don't think I'd ever want to because the patchwork 5 o'clock shadow that I can get, I'm just like, I hate this. I fucking hate this. But yeah, so, you know, they all start gearing up for the tournament, and all of that was kind of lead up to it, and we get to the tournament proper.
Hey.
And at first they're like, oh, so wait, you want those kids to join the tournament? It's like, yep, that's correct. I don't think we can do that. Listen here, you son of a bitch, I'm the great Master Roshi. You let these kids in here. Okay, bye. And he just leaves. And suddenly a mysterious fighter known as Jackie Chun shows up.
So frustrated the whole time about that.
Why?
Because everyone's like, we know him from somewhere. And Yamcha almost really cracks him. Almost. But no one knows it's Roshi. And I hated it.
That's kind of the joke.
I know it's the joke, but I still hated it.
Yeah, but like, so, it turns out that the monks that used to bully Krillin, which is why he's such a little shit, are there. And he completely kicks their fucking ass.
Yeah.
And, you know, and yet then it goes to the tournament proper. Krillin has to fight this incredibly disgusting boy.
Oh my! What was?
I remember that.
What was that last move? There was I almost wanted to vomit. What was it?
The like the loogie of death or something.
Oh yes.
And Stinky Finger.
No, Stinky Finger was the one that made me almost throw up.
And then like he starts booty pressing Krillin and farts in his face.
Krillin really got a shit hand of
And
fighters
then
in that whole
and he just like he keeps,
literally.
Yeah, he keeps getting dazed by it, and then Goku's just like, "Don't let it get to you, Krillin. You don't even have a nose."
That was the best.
And then Krillin's like, "Oh fuck, you're right. I don't. I can't smell it." That
was the best.
Yeah, and then Krillin farts in his face, and wins.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I believe we have Nam versus a girl.
Yeah.
Who starts off by like feigning like he hit her way too hard and like getting the crowd to be like, "Oh, you're horrible. Why would you do this? Oh my god.
This is a martial arts tournament."
Yeah. It's like,
I yearn for true equality.
Yeah. What's the thing? It's like, like it's just Japanese, but it's like, I yearn for true equality, not the kind where you want sympathy all the time, but then as soon as you don't want it, you just say you're being unequal.
It's like you can't use the excuse be a man when you want them. Be a man. I can't remember how it goes.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've even seen the things that have it, like Scott Falco's Link speedruns.
Oh.
Yeah, those are good.
I remember those way too well.
Oh! Check those out, everybody. Scott Falco's really good. And so, like, that happens. And then she, starts fighting him back and, like, gets him to the edge and stuff like that. And it's like, I know a way he won't be able to hit me. And just, like, strips down to her skivvies. And, like... And it's like, you won't be able to hit me now. But Nom makes the brilliant assertion of, I can just close my eyes and then just listen for your attacks coming and then dodge out of the way.
Yeah. Nom played it very well.
Yeah, and it's like, I must fight for my people. Because he had a very stereotypical somewhere voice. Like, the voice they were giving was Indian, and I think he was maybe supposed to be Indian, but, like, there was also some stuff that didn't add up.
He's supposed to be foreign.
Yeah.
That's all he's supposed to be known as.
Yeah.
Japanese foreign.
Yeah. Gaijin. Well, no, Gaijin is specifically white foreigner, isn't it?
I believe so. I'm not quite certain.
Or, like, European foreigner.
He's from across the seas.
Yeah, well, technically there are parts of Asia that are also technically across the sea from Japan.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah, it's like Japan is a very isolated nation still. To the point where they actually still have rallies where they're like, get all these non-Japanese people out of here.
Yikes. But you know what?
You find that everywhere in the world.
I know.
I was about to say yikes,
know.
but then I remember. Then I think about the current state of affairs here in the States.
Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp, and then it sank into the swamp.
So
I built another one.
Built that wall.
Yeah, it's just like, I built a wall, and it sank into the swamp. So I built another one. That sank into the swamp. Built another one. That sank into the swamp. Built another one. That one caught on fire and then sank into the swamp. But the fourth one stayed up.
I think that was number 5.
Yeah, fuck it. Whatever.
Any hoozles.
I don't know. I was paraphrasing Monty Python. But father, I don't want to marry her. Why not? She's a princess. She's got huge tracts of land. I just want to sing. Nope, stop that. No singing.
Wasn't this Dragon Ball?
Yeah. Any hoozles, Yamcha gets his ass handed to him by Jackie Chun.
Because Yamcha's a little bitch.
I think you mean Yamcha is the best character.
Get that gun out of my face.
Pop, pop.
I'm not taking it back. Yamcha's a bitch.
You take that back. I will say...
Just because you're a booty call isn't here to save you. Doesn't mean that I have to agree.
What? But the second I saw, it's like,
Wait.
Yamcha, you got a haircut.
What does the curb have to do with anything?
What? Wait, I missed it.
You said just because your booty call isn't here to save you, and I'm like, what does that one curb in California have to do with anything?
No!
That's a story for another time, viewers. For now, you can just speculate on what that means.
The curb can mean many things.
It can.
But Yamcha's haircut was tragic.
Yes.
I hated it. It was like, put it back.
Yeah.
Put it back.
Bulma said this is what is popular right now.
Bulma, no. Bulma. And who did Goku fight again in the first round?
I don't think this was the first round, but he eventually fought against like a dino man.
Oh, yeah.
Who wanted some milk.
Yeah.
He wanted some milk. and the monks were like, "Oh, it was milk, baby was milk," and it's like, you didn't even make it into the tournament.
And I mean,
why are you still shit talking?
And it was kind of nice with like that dino guy, like, you know, it kind of brings forward. It's like, oh, it's like basically you can use any part that is already on your body.
Yeah.
So
so he used like the sticky gum.
Yee.
He used like that was in his body. He used his wingies. Goku's tail comes back.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Very conveniently, but out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Oh, my tail's back. And everybody's like, "Oh shit!"
We're screwed.
And then Goku eventually wins that, but it's a hard fight. And then he has to go against Jackie Chun, and that one is a multi-episode fight.
Oh my
and
God.
it's one of the best of early Dragon Ball, honestly.
It was a lot of fun to watch. It wasn't dull like the entire time.
Yeah,
honestly.
but it goes on so long that like it goes to nighttime.
Yeah, like at the end of the match, it was like after 4 hard fought hours, and it's like,
Yeah.
damn.
And Goku sees the moon
Oh yeah.
and transforms into the Great Ape, starts destroying everything, and like Jackie Chun powers up and like starts going the Kamehameha, and it's like Yamcha's like, "Oh no, he's gonna kill Goku! No, Jackie Chun, you just have to cut off his tail. Don't do it!" And like it just and everything goes white, and you just like it cuts back, and Jackie Chun is like, "I'm sorry. I just did what I thought I had to do." And everybody's like, "No, Goku's dead!" And it's like, what? I didn't fucking kill Goku. I destroyed the moon.
Thanks, asshole.
Anybody else hear hurricane music?
Like, it's just, it's so. I'm guessing this is. So all these characters are just so overpowered. So the fact, like, even though we're an early series, like, we have characters that can destroy the moon. It's just gonna get more absurd from here on out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God.
Just wait until you meet friggin' Mercenary Tao.
Mercenary Tao.
Yeah. I think he's coming next season.
It's either 3 or 4. I think it's 3.
I think it's 3. Because I think 4 is when the king arrives.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Or is it?
It's.
Or is it a 5 when King arrives?
I think it's either like it was supposed to be a teaser at the end of 4, and it was supposed to announce 5. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I know whenever, because Mercenary Tao is also when Korn shows up.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's Korn shows up, then the king appears, and then he goes back to Korn, is told about Kami, and the whole thing with that is revealed. Anyway,
Right.
I'm trying to be vague about it.
We have innocent ears.
I'm lost.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he turns into the Great Ape. Everybody thinks, "Oh no, Jackie Chun killed Goku. He's a Mordor." And like Krillin is like, "No, my friend." And it's like, "Oh,
My kind of friend.
Well, I feel,
no." By this point, they're friends because like
I liked how gradual it was.
after the like months time skip, like Krillin's less of a dick.
Yeah.
Like unless they're in public and like Goku is just being oblivious as fuck. And then he's like, "Oh, come on, Goku, come on, please, don't embarrass me in front of the people." Which, you know, understandable. But so like he gets back up, his tail is gone again.
Yep. Somehow.
Yeah, I don't remember.
No, is his tail gone again?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, it's not. It's not gone again because the moon's destroyed. Mm-hmm. So he still has his tail. But yeah, he has his tail, and he's like, "Oh man, what happened?" and all this stuff, and they start fighting again, and
Not even gonna question what the fuck just happened.
yeah, and at one point he knocks Jackie Chun out of the ring. He goes flying, and like you just hear. It's like, Jackie Chun has been wrung out. It's like, no, I haven't, and he's just dug his foot into the cement of the ring.
Gee.
All that stuff. And but finally Jackie Chun wins by a foot length, because they both go for a kick. Mm-hmm. Oh, and there's the really fun fight between Jackie Chun and Krillin.
Oh yeah.
Where like nobody can see what happens, so they have to recreate it. That was pretty fun. Mm-hmm.
Another fun thing about this whole tournament arc that we forgot about Best Boy, Announcer Boy.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I really hope everybody else is safe. I can't leave because this is my job. I love him.
A true retail experience.
Yeah. Everyone, please retreat to safety. I can't. Big Shane Top energy. But like, actually, you know what? Shane Top from Smosh would be a good fit if they were ever going to have a live action version of that announcer. I could see him do that.
Not gonna lie, after
Cat knows who I'm talking about.
After Anthony left, I just stopped.
Shane actually makes a joke about that. There's one point where they're doing a try not to laugh challenge, and everybody's just like doing random things, and Shane just goes, "Where's Anthony? I want Anthony."
Is Shane the guy who used to do the food battle things?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like that announcer is who I would think of, but
no. Shane is just he's like very loud and energetic.
No.
He's a guy. He was on iCarly.
Never watched it either.
Yeah, he was.
Told you, I'm the video game boy.
Yeah, video game and anime boy.
More video game boy.
Yeah. But anyway, people who know about current Smosh, they'll know that I'm talking about, and they'll be like, I think I can see it.
Maybe.
Him or Damien. But yeah, maybe even more Damien, because Damien's more into anime. But anyway, so finally Jackie Chun wins because they both go for a flying kick, and Jackie Chun's taller, so just and he gets the prize money, changes back into Roshi, and then Goku eats enough to spend all of the prize money.
And it was so funny because after he won all that money, I'm thinking like, oh, Roshi about to have a good time.
Yeah, it's like, that's all my prize money.
Don't you mean Jackie Chun's prize money? I mean, fuck.
He's my cousin.
They're no, didn't he like?
No, he said cousin.
They did say cousin?
Well, he said he's my brother. And it's like, well, no, he's not actually my brother. Pulls out this, like, forged family tree scroll that he had for some reason. He's like, see? We're actually cousins, twice removed. Yeah, we're family.
Literally sound the same, look the same.
Yeah.
Have that same Roshi laugh.
Yeah.
Is that Master Roshi? Nah, Roshi doesn't have hair.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, nah, that can't be Roshi. He doesn't smell the same. This guy smells like oranges. Meanwhile, Jackie Chun is literally spraying orange perfume. The ladies love it. But he also helps Nam save his village by being like, here, have an empty dino cap and put this well's worth of water in it. There you go. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Like, if you think about how expensive is a dino cap?
Well, Nam knew about them, so I assume some people in the village had them.
Yes, but at the same time, like, if some people had them, couldn't you theoretically just move everything?
Yeah, but remember, this was made in Japan, and tradition!
And what tradition are you referring to? That people stick together, or the fact that you gotta make some kind of plot, so here's bullshit reasons?
No, the tradition of my family lives here, my family's grandparents lived here, their ancestors lived here, we're not leaving. This is our home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tradition!
On a random note, so I went back to look at my notes from the last episode because I'm trying to remember.
Why do you have notes?
Because
She
don't
can't remember things.
It's really bad, dude. Like, I feel like it's like since the time
I'm remembering things from 12 years ago. You watched this a month ago.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Hey, Kat, who played Selena Kyle in Batman Returns?
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Hey, she did it!
I did it!
Took way too long, but she did it.
It took a second.
Who played Sykes?
Sykes. Fuck, who's Sykes?
Her boss.
Wait a second. Like Mr. Max bad guy boss?
Yeah.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, took way too long.
Stop.
Who's Bob?
Bob was the overly energetic henchman that Joker shot.
And that's the one thing she remembers. Because literally, when we watched Batman, she went, "No, Bob!"
Bob was so loyal and good.
Bob had an action figure.
Yeah, I do remember us talking about that. See, I remember things.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
How's the theme go?
Shit.
And that's the theme.
But,
Batman.
But back to my notes, because I'm trying to like remember like how the whole thing end. Like, did we get like a preview or like whatever? Literally, my last note probably had to do with after the food and how Roshi had to pay for all of them. My note is, so much for Roshi's hookers. Oh, God.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, and of course, like, Roshi actually did have a kind of noble reason for entering the tournament, which was he was like, listen, I need my students to know that there is more to this. Like, they are some of the strongest people in martial arts I've ever seen. Both of them. Even Krillin.
Yes, but he also wanted to know that you can always improve. There's
There's
someone
always
stronger.
a bigger fish. Mm-hmm. As freaking Master Jedi Leslie Nielsen would say.
And then Roshi found out about prize money. He's like, teach my students a lesson, get my dick wet.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Win-win for me.
Never do that laugh again, please.
You don't like my Roshi from Dragon Ball Z abridged impression?
No.
It's like, Pig, get my computer. I'm buying a submarine. Please don't name it after your dick. I'm buying it. I'm naming it. So, we've been surviving on this submarine, and I named it the SS Medic. I've been meaning to ask. Oh no. How does it feel? I've been dreading this day. Right in my dick! 15 years you've been holding in that joke. I'm very old, Pig. I know something of patience. And you didn't answer the question. It's cold and damp.
Damn right it is. Why are we doing this bit again?
Because Roshi.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking about this too. So, like, overall, this arc was pretty straightforward. We had some training. We had a tournament. Now, were tournament arcs, like, always kind of a thing? Especially because Dragon Ball's older. Like, I don't know if you guys would know anything about that. It was just a random thought I had.
I think they were still a thing, but I think Dragon Ball really popularized it as a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because I know, like, other shows around the time that were Dragon Ball's contemporaries had them, like Yu Yu Hakusho had them.
That was one I was actually about to mention.
Yeah.
Because that whole thing circulated at that time.
Yeah.
Around the start. What was it? Dragon Ball... What, the start of Dragon Ball Z or the end of Dragon Ball is when Yu Yu Hakusho started it?
I think it was the end of Dragon Ball.
That's why I was thinking. But yeah, that's when you would see a lot of these starting to show up.
Yeah, and then Hunter x Hunter had tournaments, I believe.
Never watched Hunter x Hunter.
It's still going because the guy keeps just being like, and I'm done.
Oh.
I'm done for now.
Sits down.
I'll come back to it eventually. Essentially, the guy who makes Hunter x Hunter is the fan fiction writers of mangaka. Indefinite hiatus. Maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe I won't. And then years and years and years go by, and all he does is post an update then and just goes, it's not dead. I'll come back to it.
Oh.
Like most webcomics.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
In fact, there's a webcomic right now that just went on hiatus. Then I'm like, please come back.
Gamercat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's coming back.
I don't think so either. It breaks my heart.
Yeah. I mean, look, she was having a lot of burnout, having mental issues. I don't begrudge her, but at least just, say it's over.
Well, what about... are you familiar with VG Cats?
I
It's
know
been
of the
a
name.
long time since
Okay,
I've heard
so,
VG
yeah,
Cats.
when I first started reading VG Cats, I was back in middle school.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So, funny shits, and then everything just stops.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was in high school when it stopped, and as I kept checking back, and after, 3 years of nothing happening, I'm like, what's going on? He says it's still active. The only reason it's still active is he's just making porn.
What?
Of it?
Yes, he's on Patreon making porn of these characters. And that's how he's making his revenue. He's not even interested in making comics anymore. He just makes porn. And that's where the money is.
Yeah, gotta go where the money is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, as someone who does draw for a living, I haven't gotten...
Sex sells.
I haven't gotten any commissions on my DeviantArt. I haven't been DM'd any commissions for Twitter. I've only got one commission from a friend. I know for a fact if I went, yes, I will do NSFW stuff, the clicks would start going, and I'm like, but I'm just not ready for that yet.
You're too pure of a boy.
No, I'm not.
No,
I am in no way too pure. I just...
You can't effectively draw generals yet.
No, I can.
Go with the goof.
No, I can. No, on this
He
one,
he's defending his art. Let him.
Yeah, I can draw dicks, vaginas, butts, and boobs. I can do it.
And this is advertisement, folks.
I mean, eventually, maybe.
What?
But for now, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to connect that to my name and definitely close the doors for working for Disney.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it, once Disney smells that, they're gonna cut any tie you have.
Yeah. So
Except for Star Wars.
Yeah. And now kiss.
Did I just Tristan?
I just love.
So we went to go see the movie together, right?
Welcome to the tangent.
Oh, yeah. And so we're watching the movie. I'm like, okay, this is definitely a movie. And then it gets to that part where we get Ray and Kylo kissing, and I'm just like, what did I say? I'm like,
you went, wait, what?
out loud in the theater for everyone to hear.
and you went, no, girl, no.
I hadn't even watched
Why?
the movie at the time, and I could call it. I knew what was happening.
Well, that's the thing. So many people, there were a lot of Raylo shippers, and it's just like everybody else was like, what? No, that's dumb. And also, Rey doesn't even need a love what? No, why?
She's a strong female character who needs a dick to get wet.
Apparently.
Again, it wouldn't have. Look, I understand where the shippers were coming from,
God.
but like,
Do you?
Yes, in a weird kind of way.
Do you?
Do you see what you've done, Last Jedi haters? Do you see what you've done? You fragmented the fan base and got it so vitriolic that they had to try to course correct and appease everyone in this tangled mess of a multi-generational fandom in this last movie. And of course, because of that, it came out as even fucking worse and jumbled and stupid.
I blame Disney.
I don't blame Disney. I blame the fans.
Disney.
I blame the fans.
I blame all the constant change of directors.
Yeah, the lack of a follow through plan. I will give the showrunner of Lucas Films, whoever that person is, that was like making all the decisions of like, oh, let's just go with a ton of different directors and have them write it and just kind of make it a anthology trilogy.
But it could have been more coherent.
Following a sequential story, which doesn't work. Like Marvel planned this shit out. Like, they have guidelines and rules that all of the writers have to follow. Like, to the point where I'm sure they probably have essays now. Like, where it's like, this is what you do. Like, and
I feel like at this point there's probably just a novel version of all of those movies like put together, just because of how much there has to I don't know.
Well, and the thing is, like, but like you can even see like on the behind the scenes of Last Jedi, you know, Rian Johnson is writing the movie as they're filming.
Yikes.
That's a yes and.
Yeah, and like, and I'm like, and here's the thing: I didn't hate Last Jedi.
I loved Last Jedi.
I thought it was going some very interesting places at the end. Now, did I think he got a little bit too invested into the, all right, let's subvert that expectation, make a zigzag there, that expectation's gone, that character's dead, even though there was more to tell, that one's dead, subvert that expectation, yes.
I mean, I think they did it really well with Luke, and how he...
Luke I thought was good.
Yeah, Luke
I could have done without him throwing the lightsaber. I feel like it could have been handled better. I like the general...
It was an unusual response.
Yeah. I like the idea behind it of Luke is just like, no, the Jedi were flawed. I fucked up when I tried to redo it the same way.
I'm done. We're done. Get out.
Yeah, I'm done. This is stupid. Jedi are not needed in this universe. They just make things more complicated and fucked up. But he could have done that with a bit more dignity, I feel. Like, he was being...
He threw a tantrum.
He threw a tantrum. And that was the one thing I did like about Rise of Skywalker, when he was like, yeah, I was wrong. I shouldn't have stayed there and all that stuff. But, like, they could have done that in a way where he was definitely right. Where, like, he just told Rey, listen, if you want to go and rebuild the Jedi Order, that's your right. You can do it if you want. I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to train you. I'm not going to keep this stupid cycle of torment going. Like, if you do try to do it, don't follow the old ways. Be better. Like, I failed. You be better.
Oh, before we continue, spoilers. I'm sorry.
Nah, fuck it.
Tangent.
That last movie is like half a year old now.
Yeah.
Free game. It's been out on home video for months.
The discourse on Twitter has been too strong. If you've been able to avoid it this far, congrats.
But also, fuck is wrong with you? If you were intending on seeing it and you were waiting this long, you played yourself. You played yourself. At this point, I don't give a shit about spoiler culture anymore. I will spoiler owl everything. Snape kills Dumbledore.
So
Aerith dies.
So I was about to say, so now that we're going into this age with the Final Fantasy VII remake, is the Aerith dies spoiler like still free game?
Yes,
it is. What about the children?
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Well, here's the thing. They have to still follow some kind of guideline. They've already butchered it to a degree. I mean, yes, when you see the demo, I played the demo. The demo was beautiful.
Oh.
The combat system is a lot different than the original, because it's all pure action-y, not like strategy.
Yeah.
It's not just strategy, is what I'm trying to say.
And I wish
It's
I
Kingdom
wish
Hearts.
I wish you could play because the classic mode is the closest thing to that, but it automatically adjusts the difficulty to easy, and I didn't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Which, maybe outside of the demo it won't.
I hope so.
Maybe there'll be multiple classic modes. There'll be like classic easy,
One
classic
thing
normal,
I am
classic
looking
hard.
because this game's supposed to be a lot longer. I'm hoping that the game the whole
Well, because
game,
all of this
Yeah,
is just the Midgard chapter.
yeah, but the whole game is supposed to be separated into 4 parts.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get to see more of Midgar. We don't just see one or
Oh,
two reactors.
I think they already
Yeah.
said in an interview that you're going to be able to explore more of Midgard, not just the.
Yeah, I think
What I'm
it's
excited about is going in the slums.
Oh, yeah.
essentially, I think that this game, Final Fantasy VII Remake, that is coming out soon, is everything from the beginning of the game to when all of the shit goes down with Shinra and the first appearance of Sephiroth's destruction. I think it ends with them
How far
leaving
are we
Midgard.
going out? Are we going to the moment they leave Midgar?
I believe so.
Or the moment that they reach Cloud's hometown?
I don't think.
I think it's
I
as they leave Midgard. It will probably end.
And really, because I feel like that'd be the perfect camera shot to end
Yeah,
the game.
of the open world that's coming.
Yeah.
It's just and now we are we're out of Midgar and we have to protect the whole world. Na 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 na.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 coming out in 2035.
Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 Chain of Memories.
Did anyone else think they kind of nailed Barrett's voice?
Oh yeah. I mean, it could have been. It could have
Granted,
been.
it's a stereotypical what Japanese people think a black guy sounds like. They still got them everyone's mental dialogue.
Here's the thing.
Correct.
There's only one way they could have made it better for me.
No sunglasses?
No. Well, yes, but hire Mr. T.
I was thinking that. He talked like Mr. T, but it wasn't Mr. T.
He talked like a lot of people.
What
talk
Japanese people think black people sound.
Yeah. But he talked like a lot of people's bad impressions of Mr. T do. But I'm if they had just hired Mr. T to play Barrett, who was inspired by Mr. T from the A-Team, that would have been a beautiful art imitates life, imitates art, imitates life. That would have been so goddamn amazing.
Oh, man.
But back to what I was saying, what I look forward to the slums is the whole point of trying to get into the whole... what's his name? Don something?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The whole part where
Don Corneo? No.
Yes, Don Corneo.
Yeah.
Where you have to do the cross-dresser scene.
Yeah, and Cloud
cool.
gets raped in a hot tub.
That's
I
not...
think they changed.
Okay,
that.
so just because he says it hurts doesn't mean it's just it is a bunch of muscly bara men in a hot tub. It doesn't mean that they did butt stuff.
I am so.
They call him Bubby and it's how does that feel? It hurts. And they won't show they only show the heads.
What I'm more concerned about is the actual...
And they're all behind him.
Well, I know, but what I'm more concerned of is when you peek through the keyholes of the other rooms. Yes, one's a satanic ritual, but what about the other one where it's grandpa and grandson doing something with a missus?
I'm just really
Maybe they'll just play it in South Park: The Stick of Truth, where you just open random doors and there's sight gags. there's somebody masturbating and they run to the door going ah, and then there's a woman masturbating ah, and then there's a couple having sex ah, and then the joke ends by a dude fucking a horse in a gimp mask, running to the door and going ah, and slamming the door. And if you read the subtitles, if you have the subtitles on, it's even funnier because all it says is parentheses horse sex noises parentheses.
What do you think they're gonna call the fuck room? Because if you recall in the game, it was just a bunch of symbols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was comic cursing.
Yeah, it's comic cursing, but in this game, you're gonna have free roam. You're gonna be able to see Cloud. People are gonna zoom on that door plaque.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they'll just go the Assassin's Creed Origins thing where they just have two models legitimately banging behind a screen, and if you climb up it and look over, they're just fucking.
Do you think they'll add a Genova or a
Hey.
Genova Easter egg? Like the original Genova Easter egg shows like she was made in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I don't know.
So this whole tangent with Final Fantasy VII has given me kind of the idea, because I've technically...
We should just do a discussion podcast?
at the very... or another Out of the Ice episode about Final Fantasy VII specifically, because I have never played very far past the Midgar part of Final Fantasy. I've never finished Final Fantasy VII.
What?
I've never gotten much farther past Midgar.
Kat, I sat in your room and played through the entire game.
Yeah, but I was in class like half the time.
You watched me get the golden chocobo.
I did, but I never played.
You
the game
watched
for
me
myself.
fight the Ultima weapon.
Yeah, but I didn't play the game
Emerald
myself.
and Ruby. I didn't fight Diamond, but then I fought the final boss.
Yeah, I remember you doing all that, but I didn't. I don't remember much of it besides that.
I know every single thing about Final Fantasy VII. I have not played it once.
Yeah, that's called the internet.
I'm not, no, like I know.
Oh, that reminds me.
I know.
Hold on.
God damn it!
The one, going back to your point about the Aerith spoiler, the only way that they could reintroduce that spoiler is if Aerith doesn't die.
Okay, so in the original game, you actually get her ultimate weapon after she dies, which means she was intended originally to have found a way to be revived.
No, it means that she wasn't going to die.
Yeah.
And
I would have been.
what actually happened was that after, while making the game, I think the main creator their mom died, and he was going through grief, and so he changed the story to help himself parse through the grief. I believe that's the story that I read. That was why, and that's why there's no way to get her back and stuff like that. Because it was relating to the guy's own grief.
I don't recall seeing anything about that, but I'm not gonna say that's untrue.
Yeah, if that is wrong and I heard incorrectly, let us know.
Good God, this was a Dragon Ball podcast.
Well,
I'm
Dragon Ball,
the thing.
then Disney, then what the fuck did we go to? Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then straight into Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, a lot happened in this arc, but it was mostly just a fighting tournament. It's not like there was a lot of plot.
It was a nice little cool down after all the shenaniganery of the first arc. Help us get to know some new. Help us get to know some new characters. Develop some existing characters a little bit more. Oh my God. Anyway, but I feel like it'll be nice now that we kind of have an idea of what Goku and Krillin and the gang are all capable of. Because we're probably gonna hit our next big threat next arc, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Our next big threat, and you're in for a surprise.
Oh.
About Krillin.
Oh.
Kirby Bean.
Oh no.
Little baby Kirby Bean.
I'm scared.
Kirby Bean.
No.
Little baby Kirby Bean. Actually, I don't think that happens next arc.
Fuck.
I think that's 2 arcs from now.
Fuck.
Spoilers.
You don't know what it is.
Yeah, true.
For all you know, it could just be he turns out
He's a prince.
Yeah.
And he has all the money. And he fucks all the people.
I was talking about Krillin, not Chaozu.
For viewers at home, my hand is on Scott's shoulder. And
I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie.
He's leaving, folks. Tristan's leaving.
There's a movie where Chaozu's a prince.
Going to the bathroom, folks.
It's a thing. Where Chaozu is a prince, and Tien Shinhan is his bodyguard or something. And also a vampire, maybe? Chaozu might be a vampire, I think. No, that's a different thing. But yeah, still. So yeah, this was Out of the Ice.
This was poor Tristan's not gonna be able to be in the exit.
I regret some of this podcast.
That's Tristan. I'm Kat.
And I'm Scott. You can find us on the Webiverse.
Absolutely, we are on Apple Podcast. We are on Spotify. I'm floating around Google Podcast.
We have Twitter.
Yeah, I'm at Cat27 for my personal Twitter. Scott, your personal Twitter?
Mutagen Works.
And we are also on Out of the Ice Pod 1. So come and give us a follow. We always will let you know when we got a new episode coming. So
Yeah.
yeah.
As long as I remind Cat in time. Shh. And also, if you're listening to this, leave us a review, preferably 5 stars, because that helps spread it. All the algorithm bullness. And let us know what you think, or just type random gobbledygook. If I think it's funny, maybe I'll mention it. We have a Patreon.
Yeah.
That's technically associated with our YouTube channel, Nothing in Particular Productions. NOTHIN particular Nothing in particular space productions.
Yeah. Yeah, feel free to check out our Patreon, because any little bit of support will help us not just to make the YouTube channel better, but this podcast a lot better.
And be able to regularly improve the content and make it more viable to make more content more regularly at higher quality.
Yeah.
And remember, people, no matter what, stay beautiful. We love you.